Semifinals are set. Alonzo Allen from Rockdale County going to be going up against Jordan Pitt from Chattahoochee High School. So those are now in the books, as we mentioned. Matches going on now. Consolation round 3 and 4 right here in front of you. As right near here on mat number 3. It is actually the next match of the day, and that is going to be Andrew Holcomb going up right now against Decula's, I'm trying to see where he is right here. Decula's Marcus Nelson is the next match going on right there on mat number 3. And then right here on mat number 4, Ben Sewell from Grayson High School going up against Luke Slayton from North Forsyth. Here, consolation 126 right here on mats 3 and 4. On mat number 2, though, let's get over to mat number 2. Scott McDonald, Dan Matthews with you in NFHS Network, as we have got Denver Stonecheck right now from West Forsyth going up against Sean Russell. We've talked a lot about Sean Russell from Collins Hill High School.
Yeah, Sean's up 7-0 right now, in total control of this match. He took Denver down, and then he cut him, and then he got the back points after he took him down a second time, and now he just took him down a third time. So he's up 9-0 right now. He'll probably get an attack fall situation or close, and either go for the pin to get the team points, the bonus team points, or go ahead and get the tech fall, whichever is going to be easiest for him to make.
So while that match goes on mat number 2, over on mat number 1, Van Wynn from Brookwood High School taking on Adam Flatt from Mountain View. This is the 120-pound semifinals going on mat 1 and also on mat 2.
Well, these two guys have both had great years. Adam Flatt, 51-3 coming into the tournament, has been phenomenal. The young man from Brookwood, Gwynn, has come in, and actually he wasn't picked to get to where he's at, but that's the beauty of wrestling. You never know what's going to happen. He goes into the quarterfinals and gets a hold of Bryce Crew from Camden County, and the big surprise beats him 8-2. So he's already placed at state by making it to this point right here. Now he's looking to move on and head right on into the finals, but he's got a tough road to hoe right here with Adam Flatt.
As Flatt coming into this match, coming into the tournament, he was 51-3, wins over James Roberto of Hillgrove. And
big takedown by Gwynn right there on Flatt. Flatt just got in trouble. Very, very nice. You know, Dan, I think this kid right here is gonna do something. He's gonna show everybody it doesn't matter where your predictors and rankings are at. When you come out to wrestle, you can come out and you can beat anybody.
As Dan Wynn is the man that Scott McDonald just talking about right there from Brookwood High School, and also as well looking like Dan having to deal with a little bit of a right shoulder issue. Looks like he's got that right shoulder area wrapped pretty good.
Yeah, he does. Nice escape by Flatt. Get back to his feet. You know, when you look at these two wrestlers too, Gwynn just looks bulkier. You know, he looks more physical and everything. Flatt's been wrestling forever. There's a nice dump right there. Going to take him right to his back. He's going to hold him there for the back points. Going to come around, circle. Got to set his weight. Going to get out of position now. He got the 2, and there's one escape for Gwynn. Nice scramble by these guys.
Yeah, great escape right there by Van Wynn.
Tech fall by Sean Russell took care of business.
So Sean Russell able to move on with a quick victory, as predicted right here by Scott McDonald, that he would try to avenge the loss of his brother over on mat number 2. So that match in 120 is final for the semifinals. And then coming up next over on that mat, it is going to be Reginald Dennis from Valdosta taking on Ryan Miloff from Collins Hill High School. That's going to be over on mat number 2 coming up here just shortly.
You know, talking about that, when we get to that match, Ryan Milhoff, committing to Oklahoma University to go wrestle. As you can see on his shirt, OU all over his shirt. The kid is a stud. The only reason he's not going to be a 4-time state champ is because his freshman year, he went to Archer High School, and he had to wrestle Sean Russell in the finals. And Sean Russell, who he had just beaten at sectionals the week before, Sean Russell beat him in the finals at the state championship. Now they're teammates. Right after that, Milhoff transfers to Collins Hill, and him and Russell are teammates all the way through high school after that. So a little bit of irony there.
Not a bad deal at all. I guess you figure if you can't beat them, go ahead and join them. So in that case right there. And also Oklahoma, one of the wrestling powers in the country, NCAA-wise, of course, whenever you hear about them, you also think about University of Iowa, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, programs like that. Mostly in the Midwest where you see a lot of those wrestling powers.
Absolutely. Well, let's not forget the boys up at Penn State. A lot of people love to hate Penn State, but good Lord, they just every year they just reload every year, and of course they were the favorite again this year to win it. It's a good match right here with these two guys. Gwynn is really giving Flatt everything he wants. Flatt knows he's in a match here, regardless if he's had 52 wins now on the year or not. He's really got his hands full with Gwynn.
So Than Nguyen right here on mat number 1 here in the 120 weight class. Winner now, as we just saw over on mat number 2, the semifinals.
Yeah, I see his
Sean
dad,
Russell.
Anthony Flatt. He's the state director. Anthony standing right over here with the yellow on right off the edge of the mat right here. We'll do an interview with Anthony Flatt later, and standing close to the action, watching his son Adam wrestle right here, wanting him to make the finals, of course.
So 3 groups too. I want to give you who's probably the loudest at a state tournament here, Scott. The moms, the dads, or the coaches?
Normally it's the moms. Yeah, it's usually the moms over anybody else. The moms, you can always count that the moms are going to be screaming, especially if little Junior gets hurt. That's really going to be a big deal.
So Than Nguyen looks like taking a little bit of injury time, as we mentioned, having that right shoulder wrapped. And looks like that's actually the area that he is pointing to right now, of an area that...
Yeah, I missed that. I think he was on the bottom, so it must have been in a stand-up situation, and Flatt took him back to the mat. That's the one thing about wrestling. You can always, there's a lot of injuries that you can get. Knees, of course, any bendable joints, the knees, the elbows, and the shoulders always seem to take a beating more than anything. Someone's lining up on you, you're on the bottom, you go to stand up, they trap your arm, they plant you back. You could hit wrong on that shoulder, and before you know it, it's dislocated. There's so many different things that can happen. Then you try to catch yourself, and before you know it, your arm's bent the wrong way, you got an elbow injury. There's just a lot of things that can happen. So hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's back up and at it and ready to go back at it again here.
So Than Nguyen, after getting looked at by the training staff here in the middle, most of you at home watching us online can't see the training staff, but a bunch of different ones in green shirts right here located in the middle of the 4 mats. Mats 1 and 2, though, as we've said, are the semifinals matches.
Nice escape by Nguyen right here. Now he's got to go to work. Flatt in a tie up here. Looks like a 2-on-1 Russian right there.
So Nguyen again able to get out of the grasp of Flatt. Flatt trying to go for the right leg there, Scott.
Yeah, trying to work it in. Nguyen backing up. Gonna reset right here. See who's quick on the draw.
Standing reset goes. Flatt locking up Nguyen again.
Flatt's probably gonna look for that dump again. There he goes. He's looking for the dump, just what he had earlier. He did beautiful on the dump earlier. He's going right back to his bread and butter right here, but he missed it. Had him down, had him sitting on his hip and couldn't finish it.
So Nguyen, even though he is bothered, as you might be able to see on the screen, by that wrapped right shoulder, still finding some strength, still able to escape some of those takedowns.
Nice takedown by Flatt right there. Now he's going to have to ride him out. He's going to have to make sure he keeps him on the mat. Keep pressure on him. He's got the ankle trapped right here.
And that's been something too, Scott, that's been really tough for Adam Flatt to that point.
Shoulder injury again. Called the injury time.
So injury time, trainers coming out again to look at Than Nguyen from Brookwood High School.
Holding that shoulder, he was holding it out at a rather odd angle right there too.
As if nothing else, Than Nguyen getting to this point, as you said, one of the more unexperienced in this weight class at 120, but still showing tons of guts here in this match.
Absolutely. He wants to go to his feet now, so he just took an optional start right here, and decided to go ahead and bring Flatt up to his feet, give him the 1 point, bring him to his feet, see if he can score a takedown right here. Try to get some back points of his own.
They just ran a commercial.
Flatt maintains good position, working at 2-on-1 rushing right there. But Wynn is posting on his head really good, which then you notice, if you notice right after that, Flatt breaks that because he can't work the 2-on-1 rushing if his head is posted in the opposite position. So he's always going to let him go.
Scott, in terms of a new wrestler, which, like I've said, in these lower classes, normally smaller guys, more important, developing the strength or developing the technique right off the bat?
The technique is the most important thing. It is absolutely. So it looks like Adam Flatt's going to be headed to the state finals now.
So a big win for Adam Flatt, but a gutsy performance, though, by Van Wyn, as he is going to lose in the semis to Flatt. And now that is going to set up a matchup in the semis in 120 between Adam Flatt of Mountain View and Sean Russell of Collins Hill. That will be a very good one, Scott.
Another rematch, Dan. These guys have wrestled each other all year long, so might as well just keep it going, right?
Indeed.